Yeah. All right, people, we'll get stuck in. Welcome welcome all to another Q&A webinar today, where anything goes with Pinnacle multiplied by Strike and the family that's here today. So we've got Tarkin, Mon, Claire and Glyn, Nath, Judos, Tanya and Tane with us today. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, because these ones, they are live and free, or I say recorded and free, accessible on YouTube for anyone to get access to. So with that being said, like and subscribe for additional content. If you've got any questions at all, do not be afraid to comment, because we will reply to all of these comments. Joseph, great to have you with us, brother. So we'll reply to every single comment. New announcements this week. What have we got? So we got live graphic designer and editor. As we just said there before, we hit record with Tarkin. I know there's 3 people that are working with them at the moment. Highly recommend it, guys. If you've got video content and if you want to save your time, work with them. So graphic designing and video editing, get it done. Basically, we've worked with this guy, Druxy, for a long time, and we're given access now to you guys. So that's that. Leverage content is well and truly in full steam. I think we're about 7 modules in or something like that. So stay tuned. I'll be getting some more stuff done. I'll keep you in the loop with when that stuff gets recorded and uploaded. Just like very, very, very solid, new, polished content, as we all know. Any other new announcements? I don't think. Oh, there's going to be just a heads up for clients that are here, so it doesn't involve you if you're watching on record and you're not one. In terms of payments, we're going to be having a structure shift this week. There's no increases, decreases, everything's the same, but just a shift in structure. So stay tuned for updates, because we have a window where things will have to get done. So please, when you see that stuff, please just click it, fill it, get it done, and forget about it if you can. Please do that. I don't want to have the team ideally following a million people up, reminding them to get it done. But yeah, there's no changes. It's just we're using a different provider for payments, so we just have to switch it across. So that's that. All right, so through here, as always, Ads, great to have you with us, bro. Hopefully you're well, man. Repping the Nike tees, or the Nike jumper with me, bro. With that being said, guys, anyone who has questions, just raise your hands. All right, raise your hands and we'll get stuck into this. This is Q&A forum. Anything about anything goes. And it's that simple. Tane, let's kick it off, my bro. Let's go.
Right, is there a training for the local business partnerships? I'm just trying to find video training.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So what I'll do is I'll show it to you. We go here. Oh, I always do that. So inside school, whether you can see this. Yeah, okay, go classroom. Inside the classroom, scroll to marketing and lead gen. I would always use this as well, lead boxes and local business partnerships.
Okay, yeah, I'm just blind. I was looking there. Yeah, sweet, cheers.
You're all good. It's a long training, but this is a very, very, very good strategy, as we've spoken about previously. So yeah, hit it. That's that one. Awesome stuff. Tan, what have we got?
Hello. What is it? Oh, I wanted to ask you on, you know how on Voxer you send those like start a week, end a week check-ins. Did you use the broadcast chat for that one and not group chat? Because you're on the Pro.
You can't. Yeah, this is a good point. It's a freaking nightmare to send.
Okay.
You have to copy and paste it all, don't you? Because that's what I've been doing.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Copy and paste is like, so it like whenever we do like a group like mass voice message where it's like, hey, Pinnacle team, like everyone, you have to click it, forward it, Tane, click it, forward it, Jude, click it, forward it, Joseph, click it, forward it. Man, it's a fucking nightmare. Then you do the check-ins as well. So copy the weekly check-in, click Tane, paste, send. Click Michael McLaren, click, paste, send. Click Aaron, paste, send. It's a nightmare.
Is there like
no,
an app that Oh, okay. Because like,
Sorry, go on.
no, because like I'm getting messages from like WhatsApp, Messenger,
Yeah.
SMS, and it's just all getting a bit much. It's like I can't find the separation between like personal and work. So I was just wondering, like, what do you guys use?
So look, I think for me personally, if you're using Voxer with clients now, which I'm guessing you are you using it with them now?
Not yet. I was
Okay,
just trying to
good.
figure it out.
Good. Don't, because that's a gem that we keep up our sleeve, right? So keep that, because that's a value add for leverage, right? Just tell clients to communicate with you through one platform, and if they communicate with you through another platform, so a lot of people message me through Messenger, but I don't run the DMs in Messenger, right? Because that's mainly a prospecting platform for us. But I will touch base occasionally with a voice message through there, but everything normally through school now, right? I would, like, if it was anything which could be touched base or communicated about in school, I'd just say, hey, can you just copy and paste this into school, right? Or just tell them where to go, and then just keep reminding people. Do you know what I mean? Because some people, yeah, they might WhatsApp you, they might text you, some people might email you or reach out to you via a trainerize or whatever you do. It can get messy, so formalize it, and that's why we use Voxer in the future, because then it's the best communicational platform. It's separate from a social media platform. So like, I don't like using WhatsApp with people. The reason why is because WhatsApp is associated with just everyday texting. With your coach, something that you're paying for, right, where everyone's paying you guys for a service, you're better off having communication separately to social communication. So that's why I recommend having it and running it through Voxer. That makes sense. But you're just going to have to prompt them and tell them to get into the one platform that you want at. Does that make sense? Cool. Cool. Good stuff. Ash, great to see you, brother. Anything else question-wise? I think Claire's got some questions. Glyn, any questions with you guys? I know Claire, she has got something there. There's no rush.
Sorry, I'm multitasking,
Yeah,
which
you're good.
will
Take your time.
relate to the question. So I've had a lot more interest in online clients. So just in the last week alone, 3 people wanting online client options.
Good.
No idea what to charge, no idea what service I am sort of providing. What I used to do when I did online coaches was a weekly check-in, and I got a 6-week training program, and then he set my macros, and for that I used to pay 60 a week and 80 when I was on comp prep.
Yeah, right. Okay. So first and foremost, announcement that I should have told you guys about, but it's not a massive announcement. We're going to coach online going into the future. So recently I've referred a couple people to other coaches, because I don't have the passion in online for the same passion that we have for face-to-face. I can coach it, and I have done. We've got people to 10K months with coaching before online. We're going to formalize it, because naturally you guys, when you leverage, when you expand, you're going to have time, and eventually people are going to ask for multiple income stream services, right? So we do actually have all of this as well. So we have got it all already inside the old portal, but you need to have it unlocked. Like, look, in short, online coaching needs to be priced at a minimum price point of the 1 session pricing that you're doing, bare minimum. A lot of people think that online coaching should be cheaper. It shouldn't. It should be more expensive, because people have no form of accountability to show up and get things done. It depends, though. Like, I'm guessing the people that have inquired about it, can they get shit done on their own? Are they that type of people, or what?
One of them I think could do.
The other two, why have they come to you and asked about online? Why did they choose that as an option opposed to face-to-face? Or is it because you don't have the time to coach them face-to-face?
The one girl is currently going through some kind of rehabilitation program with an exercise physiologist.
Yes.
So she was interested in PT. She also suffers from chronic fatigue. So she's kind of, every time she says she has trained, brings on a bout of chronic fatigue, and it's putting her off almost. So now she's doing this physio work via the hospital or something, and that's what she wants to do, but she wants help with the nutrition, because she knows that's what she needs to lose weight.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that's fine. Like nutrition online coaching. So there's loads of different types of online stuff, really. Like some people, I think, we were talking about it yesterday, Tan, vaguely. Remember, if I remember right, were you saying with Jude that you spoke to, or you coached someone just with like nutrition or something like that? I know I was multitasking, doing some.
No, it was, she just wanted like pelvic floor work, not the
Oh, that's it.
nutrition side of things.
Okay. Look, you can do the remote online nutrition coaching if you wanted to. It's no stress whatsoever. The problem that people have with, like, when you get coached to do online and you stack the value, you soon see why it should be more expensive than a 1 session per week face-to-face offering. You will attract your price point, whether you'd like to believe it or not, will subconsciously attract the quality of clientele that your businesses work with. And it's that simple. Like with Phil, so Muscle Hut, you know Phil?
Yeah.
Like I've had to bang my head off walls to try and tell Phil that $50 a week for online coaching with a coach of his level is absolute robbery. Yeah. Like it's like, yeah, but I don't care. I want to help people, bro. Sorry, like you come back to me in a year when you fucking wanted to kill yourself. Do you know what, like I'm not, and this is what happens. And because you'll still get people whinge about price. Like we were saying with Jude's sales webinar yesterday, pay people $10, or sorry, offer people $10 PT. They still say it's too expensive. That's when you really realize it's priorities. It's not fucking money. It's an excuse because they don't want it. Oh, what? So let's do it like this: $1 sessions. Nah, it's all right. What, you can't afford a dollar?
I was sort of considering doing like a base package for 75.
Yeah, like 100%. So look, personally, I recommend minimum is $80, right?
Okay.
So 75, 80, whatever. There's neither here nor there. You need to offer.
And if they wanted like access to Voxer, it was going to be over $100.
Well, this is the thing. This is again another thing with face-to-face businesses as well, where people kind of they confuse stuff, right? When you start going this level of value for this price and these people and this value gets you this and that gets you that, and it's a fucking maze, right? Everyone needs accountability. Don't take Voxer away, give it to them. Why? Because it's the biggest thing that you can use to justify a price point at the right level, right? Voxer is and it is scalable, right? I mean, look, when I say scalable, I've shown you guys know it's scalable to like 100 clients plus, right? Because that's what we used to do. And that took me like about in between 3 to 5 hours a day, depending on how busy the day was. That's pretty good. If you've got 100 clients, right? It's pretty for you, anybody, like 100 clients, pretty good volume. So I would say, Claire, like $100 a week is what I recommend coaching.
And just keep the Voxer in there. There's no two options.
Yeah, people need daily, like you give them access to daily accountability via Voxer, right? 100% daily accountability via Voxer, and then they're getting whatever you're using for program delivery. Yeah. Right? So do that. Their nutrition has to be done, which is their the macro coaching.
Yeah.
To get that done. This is when we do Cam, great to see you. We do what Cam is doing as well, timing, ironic, which is the building of a members area, what Tarkin has also done and everything like that. Yeah, like you've got to stack the value. Like people have got to realize that online training, it should be more expensive because when people pay, they pay attention. I pay $500 a month for my coach in the UK. That's what I pay. And like it's £250. That's what it is. But when you convert it, it's about 500. I mean, you could say it's a little bit pricey, but for me, this guy's transformed me once monumentally. The more I pay, the more I pay attention. But it's not like breaking the bank. Do you know what I mean? It's not killing me. So, yeah. So hopefully,
I know she's not like strapped for cash. So
she's got cash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck, $100 a week. That's it. $100 a week. Yeah, I would do that. And like again, like ask, like we're going to like just because like we're seeing when people leverage. I just had 2 calls this morning, right? Both guys, like these guys, you'll probably see them in next week's webinars. Like You may even see one of them now, actually, but they're asking about multiple streams of income. And this is something that always people are going to ask, right? Online, when you get time, it's inevitable that you're going to want to do it, right? But the one thing that I do not recommend is ever trading a face-to-face PT position, which we all love doing, right? For that and throwing it away. Good luck, like trying to grow online as quickly as you can grow the face-to-face businesses, because you can't, and it's that simple. I'd love a race with another coach. It would be great because I'd freaking kill them. And it's that simple. But eventually, you do want to have that income stream. So we're going to give you the education, formalize it, tie it up, and get it done in school, because I think it's useful for you guys to just have it. And there's no need for you then to scratch your head thinking about what to do. And at the end of the day, it's very simple. Online's simple. There's so many coaches in the space. A lot of them under deliver. And we know that what we're doing works better than most of them, and we don't even specialize in it. So we're just going to formalize it and give it to you. If you want access to it, Claire, I'm happy to give you access to it, but it will be in the old portal.
Okay.
But be careful. So this is what I always say with this. Be careful if you're not leveraged. Be careful when you pour energy into this, because when you pour energy into this, obviously in the marketing webinar next, you're coming along, Claire, I'm guessing?
Yes, yeah.
So we'll talk about obviously marketing and where we're up to. But what we don't want to do is have you divert focus that way, and then this kind of goes down to the floor, right? So does that make sense? Hopefully give you some.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to, just message me on Messenger now and just say unlock stage 0.
Okay.
And put bracket
old portal,
and they'll know what to do.
Okay. All right, I'll go and grab my phone. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome, darling.
Okay.
Tan, what do you got?
You know, you're talking about the members portal. Is that different to the Facebook group?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So
okay.
Pre-frame, like for anyone again watching this, I would love to I do ramble quite a lot, guys, but I'm always trying to give context to people that are watching on record. So there's an excuse for my ramble, but pre-frame, you've got lots of different ways of delivering content, right? You can do it manually, which takes time, and you don't want to have that. Then you can do Facebook groups. They're not formal. And trust me, we prospect and we're trying to do a lot of obviously helping people. Trying to grow the Facebook group is a freaking nightmare because people don't want to go into a business coaching Facebook group where they think they're going to be sold something, and eventually they will be contacted to be sold something. So we want to have a formal educational platform, right? And what we do is with the formal stuff is we use ClickFunnels and we build a members area out. The reason why we use ClickFunnels, like I've said loads of times before, is I recommend it because you can't just build members areas. You can build websites, you can build funnels, you can build automated email lists off the back end of it. You can buy domains on there. You can do whatever you need, and it's all done in ClickFunnels. And it enables people to have a formal login, which is what you guys all had, to the last portal, and then you can log into them, and then from there they have access to everything. And you set it up. We've got a template. You click it, it will sync it straight into your account, and then you go through and just put step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to get clients onboarded themselves, sort of like what we've done in school, where it says onboarding brackets start here, and then you go through that, and then people know where the calendar is, how to ask questions, start of week and end of week check-ins, webinar timetable, you know what I mean? And it will get people up to speed with stuff that otherwise would take you, and probably does take some of you guys an hour to do in their first 3 sessions. You know what I mean? Setting up MyFitnessPal, showing them manually, here's this, how you do that. Automate all that stuff, and it helps with scaling.
If I were to just put some stuff on a Google Drive for now, is it just because before I even start training with my clients, it's okay, I got to show you MyFitnessPal, BMR. Okay, what are we going to do outside of the training sessions that I see? It takes, sometimes when they're really, really curious, it takes over an hour.
Of course, that's what I mean. Google Drive is another way, a budget alternative way. And if we look in Strike content, I can't remember where it is actually. I think it is just, I won't share the screen for this part, but Classroom, where is it? I think, is it Business Framework? Maybe. No, not in the Business Framework. it's maybe become a better PT, or it's in here somewhere. Could we become a better PT? A quick look, just so you know. Yeah, so I'll just show you here, just so you can see it now. Just in here, guys. So go into the classroom, become a better PT, digital applications, and then program delivery, accountability, nutrition prescription. Like, this is obviously how to become a better PT, like building the right mindset and belief. We talk about the 3 types of PTs being physical, personal, and psychological. But in here, this is what you want. Why go digital? Most commonly used go-tos in there. What or why are there so many things on the market, and what's our solution? And our solution inside here, which is sort of base level Strike, because there will be multiple levels of Strike content, is just use Google Drive. And that's what we recommend. And then when you leverage, we recommend going, because you've got cash flow, and then you start allocating for overhead, which is, again, when people hear who've done the forecast tracker, I know Tarkin, Tane, Mon, Ray, you've seen this stuff. Like, you can see that we have allocations for overheads, because you can afford it. And that's when we formalize it with a members area. You can as well, like there's anyone heard of passion.io, Passion Apps with Dan? His name's Dan, I'm pretty sure. So marketed very, very well. Pommy, good lad. And yeah, he builds apps, and it's super cheap. I have looked at them and they look pretty cheap. Mike, you've seen them, brother? I think you put your hand up there. Have you looked at it? Do you get targeted by the ads or anything like that? But
I was seeing the ads on Facebook, but I haven't gone into having a look at it yet.
They look a bit average.
I've got an app that I use that does pretty much all of it anyway.
What do you use?
Training. My PT Hub.
Oh, you use PT Hub. Yeah, PT Distinction, My PT Hub, Trainerize. There's another one, MindBody, people use, that runs debits through it as well. It's whatever you want, pretty much, Tan. But would you recommend that, Mike?
The PT Hub?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. It's like any of them, they have some bugs and stuff, but it has that chat function in it where you can do your broadcast messages like Voxer, but no one was getting the notifications. So I went back to using Voxer. Now everyone gets all the notifications on the other one. So I'm having a bit of a play around at the moment to see what's working, because I sent the messages saying no one's getting any notifications for anything, and other people must have had a bit of a whinge about it. Now everything's working really well.
Yeah.
So I'm just having a bit of a trial around at the moment. Like, I sent a broadcast message out this morning through the app, and everyone's got the message like straight away.
Yeah.
So I fixed that.
Yeah, good. Like, there's nothing more annoying than double handling when like apps have little glitches. Like, the reason why Voxer as well, guys, for the record, is number one, because it's separate from anything else, right? Number two, it's voice messaging, right? Number three, it's live. Right? Voxer is such a good app. Like, I love it when we sign clients up and I'm like, Voxer, right? Before we took Voxer and replaced it with the webinars, people were like, oh my God. Like, as soon as they jumped on board, they were like, this is freaking insane. This is like so cool because it's live. But then also it records it so you can access it on your own time, but you can speed the messages up, right? That for me, Voxer would have taken me 7 hours a day, guys, if it wasn't for being able to listen to stuff on 4X. And like, yeah, because people sometimes do speak slow. And there's nothing more frustrating than that shit. I mean, that's why I like program myself to speak quite quickly, because I'm normally like listening to stuff so quick. And that's actually another like side note. It's a good gauge of like people. If you ever see people that speak very quick, one of my old coaches, fucking love the guy, really, really successful guy. His name's Jay Piggin. Anyone heard of Jay Piggin before? A coach? Yeah, like I work with Jay. I like super successful. I became quite renowned in his program. I've invested with Jay. Like, this guy speaks like he's freaking he's freaking had some happy pills every single second of every single day. Like, he's so quick that you can't listen to him on 4X. You just can't. But it's good for those reasons. And WhatsApp, you can't listen live. And again, it's a social platform. WhatsApp's social. So I recommend keeping it separate, as long as the notifications go through, Mike. Yeah. So hopefully that helps, Tan. Damo, good to see you. Mr. Dober as well, good to see you, bro. Questions with anything else? Tash as well, good to see you. Who else? Nath, another day, another Nath. Hopefully everything is good, bro. Yeah, what else are we up to? Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to just ask random questions to random people.
I have a question.
Yes, darling. Hopefully we're ready. We're well ready.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I have a lady that signed up a month ago for a bronze, and each week has something's come up. She's been away working or something's come up. And then yesterday when it came up again, I said, look, I said, yeah, thanks for letting me know. Is there are you free after 10:45 today at some time? Let's get together and have a chat and see what challenges are coming up and how we can get some solutions so we can sort of get started. So I haven't heard back from her. So I'm just wondering, kind of, I mean,
what do we do?
Yeah.
Look, basically, these types of clients, it's completely up to you what you want to do. However, it's quite clear that she's not engaged, right?
Yeah.
And I think it goes to say that that is a given. She's not engaged. So with that being said, like what I recommend is this. What's the minimum term on your agreement, right? Because what I don't recommend is she's paying and her debits are going through.
No, because we did our meetup and like our first free session, and I haven't seen her since.
Why the debit's not done?
I didn't start it then.
Okay, so remember, so debit's done at the end of the consult, right? So when you close, two things that you need to do, right? Debits, so that she pays. This girl, honestly, now that we know that, like, you know, you're not getting paid, leave her. She's gone.
Okay.
She's not coming back. She's not going to come back. At the end of the consult, two things: debit form and book either their free onboarding session or their 3-way kickstart if you're a leveraged trainer. So yeah, so that that's what we've kind of got to do. Did someone say something then?
Yeah. So,
oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ray. When it comes to like that agreement period, brother, like I don't have one at the moment because I kind of feel like, so it's 2 weeks notice to cancel with us, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like saying you've got 8 weeks is a way to step back and go, oh shit, like I've got 8 payments to make on their behalf. And I kind of like to show them the value that we can provide within saying no kind of lock-in period. What do you kind of recommend? I suppose you can go either way, hey, with what's working, what's effective.
You can. The answer is you can. I know Jude's super busy, but we'll see if Jude comes off. If he wants to, Jude can weigh in with this at some point. But like, we'll ask what he did. I mean, look, I've always recommended that we do no lock-in contracts. The reason why is because it's less resistance from the prospect to then take a leap of faith and jump on board with you. If you like minimum commitment, like, and I know it's Mike does. You do 6 and 12 months, bro, don't you think, Mike? So, but he's a vet. Obviously, he's confident in this process. He's been here for a while. Whatever. You can do whatever you want. There's no right and wrong. But I like to, for people that are building up speed and gaining traction and learning the ropes, I do nothing, right? So no lock-ins. But now with Strike content, we have formalized like 8-week minimum. Why? And I think everyone very quickly when they come on board here, they sort of start spending time with people like you guys. You start to believe in yourself very quickly to go, 8 weeks is a time frame where we can guarantee you results, right? It might be the same take that Mike takes with his 6. Well, I might ask Mike in a second how he closes 6 and 12s. But Jude, what did you do the whole no lock-in? Because I know ages ago.
So yeah, I was doing 12 weeks and then I switched to no lock-in. And I guess probably the only thing was I had a lot of confidence in people staying. But when they went to my PTs, the no lock-in started becoming a problem because then my PTs, you know, some of them were just not as good as like what the consult was. So I had people leaving a bit earlier. I'd recommend for you, I'd probably just like trial it and see if it actually makes a difference. Because I remember when I was doing like 12-week lock-ins, they would be like, oh, that might be too much. And then I'll just drop it to 6 weeks as like a drop sell tactic. But yeah, I remember me and Simon both doing no lock-ins just because it was easier to get people in. But you have to think about like no lock-in contracts and how they work. Like if you're a beast at sales, then it's not going to be an issue to keep that retention, keep that client flow in. But if you're struggling to get leads and struggling to get sales, then you might want to have that 12-week or 8-week as a safety net to give you some time to build up your client base. Yeah. Because if you think about like a Jets or a Snap, that every week they don't have any lock-in contracts, and their member movement might be like 50 new members in, 40 new members out. But Anytime Fitness has a 12 to 18 month lock-in, so their member movement is 5 members in, 3 members out, right? So it just depends how fast you are at getting business and how good you are at the back end of keeping retention with your trainers and teaching them retention strategies. And obviously you're overlooking them, so you're probably going to have a much better chance at retaining them, even if there are no lock-ins.
Very, very well said. And that's what it is. At the end of the day, guys, no lock-ins, it helps increase conversion rates, but what it helps is increase belief. Like belief is your conversion rate. That's what it is. That's all it is. Like, it's not how good you are at sales, it's how much you fucking believe in yourself. Like, if I was doing PT now, I would go $150 half an hour. Like, that's what I personally do. Like, I know Jude would probably do something ludicrous, as he'd probably do something like $1,000 half an hour or something, and then get people to buy like a year up front or something. But like, the reason why it's unbreakable amounts of belief. That's it. And that's what, think about it. We always say you're doing yourself a disservice. For those of you guys who have been attending the webinars, right? You're doing yourself a disservice not leveraging your business, right? Let me say it again. You're doing yourself a disservice by not leveraging your business. Why? Because you're leaving people there that you can't help. We spoke with, it was Tanya, right? Tanya, she's here somewhere. I don't know. No, she's gone. Tanya went to sessions that she had to sign people up and couldn't give them slots. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, disservice. So you got to think like belief, right? Belief is giving your prospect confidence in signing with you. The 8-week, the 6-month, the 12-month, we'll ask Mike in a second here, like how he does it. Like, it's down to belief, nothing else. You know what I mean? The best way for me to roll it off the tongue, as per brand new Strike content inside those new Strike presentations, I'm pretty sure anyway. Yeah, I think it goes into there and it says like 8 weeks minimum, because inside 8 weeks I can guarantee results. If you deliver it like that as well, people are on board. And you got to think, people, they actually want PT. So this is important, Tarks, as well. People don't hire PTs for 2 weeks. PTs are people are hiring you guys for long duration of time. Which is why, to be honest with you, what Mike's doing is the best thing, right? Mike knows and recognizes probably, and we'll ask him in his expertise in a second, that people are probably going to want me for 6 to 12 months. So the chances are probably going to be able to sell them that. And he puts it out there. However, if I asked Jack, right, or Glyn, go and sign someone up on a 12-month contract, chances are you'll probably go back and say, nah, they said they didn't want to commit. That is all down to your mindset, right? Because Mike can close them for fun. What have you got to say, Mike? How do you close? Have you just developed a belief mechanism around it, or where are you at?
So I've got to come up with some amazing bullshit now, don't I?
Yeah, please do, mate.
I keep it simple. I go through the exercise questionnaire. When we get to the 1 out of 10, what they're at, they say they're a 10 out of 10 or a 9 or whatever they are. When I'm signing up, I just put it simply. I say to them, you got 1 or 2 options. Either minimum term is 6 months or 12 months. Which do you prefer? And I shut up.
That's it.
And then they go, 6 months. And you go, okay, I thought you said you were a 10 out of 10. And then they end up doing a 12.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Jude loves that shit. Like, it's good though. It's
they also have a 30-day cancellation if they want to get out of the contract as well.
Yeah. So you do a 30-day cancellation with a 6-month or a 12-month?
Yeah. Well, they have that minimum term, but if something like drastic happens,
yeah,
then they got to do that 30 days, but once they go past that term, they've still got to do 30 days. But I've got clients that I've had for half the ones I've trained now 4 or 5 years. Others I've had up to like 8 years, and they just continually roll over.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I think Tane mentioned in the chat there. Did you feel that, Tane, when he said that as well? Did you feel the power when he silence? Did anyone see what Tane put in the chat? Silence is power. There is nothing more. I'm telling you guys, if you want, and like Jude, maybe you have something to weigh in on this, like with sales, like there is nothing more powerful than saying what's best for you, gold or silver, and shut the fuck up. Shut up.
The one who speaks first loses.
That's exactly right. The one who speaks first loses. Are you ready to go? Let's go. Sound good? Yeah. You just watch the panic, the panic in their face and their eyes. It shouldn't laugh, right? But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what it is. But you see how when Michael delivered it, what's best for you, 6 or 12 months? Oh, I thought you were a 10 out of 10. Like, you know, like at least I shouldn't say this, but it is funny. At least if they then come out to have excuses, at least you had some fun playing with them, right? Do you know what I mean? If you like, and it's that simple, and it's not about selling something to people. You're always giving them a solution, but people will be raw and open with you in a pre-exercise questionnaire. They'll literally pour their heart out, like Michael said. Go through the pre-exercise questionnaire. You bring them to the pain wall, all right? And that pain wall is where you want to get them, because and this is where the tears and emotion come out potentially. And then from there, it's very easy. Just what's best for you, 6 or 12 months. Let's get this thing going. What's best?
I quite often will say to them when we go through that point, I say, well, now we see how serious you are, like on that scale. And that's why I say to them, do you want 6 or 12 months? And quite often they don't want to say 6. They'll say 12. And you go, okay, cool, let's get it done. That's
also very, very, very key. Another hot tip. The reason why we sell gold and silver packages, no bronze, ever, never a bronze. It is a verbal drop sell, because if you give them gold first, you aim high. Then if you give them a drop to silver, that's fine. You don't, the bronze is like, we don't even offer it because, like, again, we don't recommend it. So which is best for you, gold or silver? They go in the middle every time. What this does, statistically proven, is it gets people on 2 sessions a week, where we know it's an average of $120 per client. Multiply that by 20 hours, you're doing $2.5 grand a week. You're making 125K, you're a fully booked PT, bish bosh bash, job done. And that's it. Like, and it's because of going 3, 2, 1. That's like, anyone who's watching this on record on YouTube, but that's huge. Don't sell packs, don't sell anything, like 3, 2, 1. But the 1, don't even offer it. Verbal drop. They don't want to go near that because it's seen, like Michael, they don't want to be seen to go for 6 months. They want to show they're committed. They go for 12, right? And then therefore you'll find that people always go in the middle and they'll settle. And ironically stick to it as well, because money is never an option. It was never an excuse. Damo, what do you got, bro?
So when with a couple of points you made, like when it comes to like belief and like the selling process. So like I always know with myself, when I have belief in what I'm selling. So like even how Michael put that, like, do you want the 6 or the 12 month? Like he just sounds clear, and he sounds like, you know, you're very certain on what you're delivering. So like for me, I've never done a lock-in contract because I believe more in that. And I believe that if I give like good value, good service, no one leaves. And like, funny enough, my retention is like my average client lifespan at the moment is like 5 years, something crazy like that.
Good.
So, but so the question kind of is like, when it comes to like belief, how important is that? Because whenever I've tried to sell something like, oh yeah, I should try sell a 12-month contract or a 6-month contract, but I don't fully believe in it. Like I found my sales drop through the floor. You know what I mean? Like I don't do it. So would it be better to, because sometimes I'm like, well, I'll do it and I'll build the belief, but it's that lack of belief that makes me really suck at it. And I know I can keep doing it.
Yeah.
But would it be better, because this is kind of how I approach things, is I try, you know me, go into my back end, build my systems, build my belief, and then I'll make the change. So, because like there's like a saying, right? I think it's like the person who's more certain will make the sale. So if you're more certain than the client, you'll sell to them. But if you're not so clear or certain, then you won't make the sale, because the other person's more clear that they don't want the sale, or they don't want the product, vice versa. So like would it just be better if you believe, like, you know, 3 months is the go, or no lock-ins the go, or 12 months, whatever it is best just to go with what you believe, rather than try to change it into something that you quite are not got your head wrapped around, or have a you know, absolute certainty around?
If something's not broken, don't fix it. I did no lock-ins and had clients for 4 years too, right? Like Michael doing like, got to think about it, guys. Like, you know what I'm like. There's no fluff here. There's no filter. The reason why people do 6 and 12 month contracts is to guarantee the income. That's the reason why they're doing it, right? There's no other reason why people are doing 6 and 12 months other than, which as a consumer of a service, you've got to think that will scare them, because, oh, I might have had a freaking awesome consult with Damo, and I think he's freaking awesome, and he's talked to me about bike riding, and we can find relatability. But now he's trying to lock me into this agreement for 12 months. That's where your belief will break down, right? Because, and you also, you're telling me you've got clients average duration 4 or 5 years. Don't change anything. No need. Like I always sold with no lock-ins. Even if I came back now and did it, like, I'd do 150 or whatever it would be, like half an hour rate. It would be a lot. Like I'd put it up because I could justify it and sell it for sure with the value. And the more people pay, the more they pay attention, the more results they get. And it is that simple. But I wouldn't change to doing long-term lock-ins. I wouldn't. I put just personally, because never ever need to do it. And that's it. So yeah, like 100%. Does that help, Dame? I think it pretty much answers the question. Yeah, like don't change, bro.
Yeah. And I think like that sort of, does that sort of go with all kind of selling? Because even like sometimes, you know, when I went to the gold and silver packages, or my biggest hang up was at the selling 30-minute sessions, because my sessions have always been 45 minutes to an hour. Like, well,
you're not selling 30, you're selling blocks of time. That's
exactly. But even just that change is, I had to really like change it. And the very first couple times I tried to sell it, I sucked at it, right? Because I didn't quite get it myself, but I was like, this is what we're doing, let's do it. But yeah, I've just sort of, as I've just tweaked things, the process and how I deliver stuff, I've got more belief in it. And now it's just, it's not even a worry now. It's what we do, sort of thing.
That's right. I think over time, a lot of you guys will find that, you look at everyone here, there's people that will be doing 55 like as a minimum, then people will be up 60, 65, 70, 75, like incremental increases of $500 or even $2.50 per session. Different levels of belief. Some people will have no lock-ins, some people will have 6 month or 12-month lock-ins. You've got every end of the spectrum. What you'll find that you'll find that over time you end up bringing and building a completely customizable business that's unique and suits yourself, right? That's what like the one thing that we want to make sure is, myself and Jude want to make sure that you're charging the right amount, right? We want to make so that it's scalable, which is why we're doing a lot of work now at the start of leverage with people, so that everything is working into the future. And we want to make sure that everything's covered for you. We want to make sure that it fits with you, so your belief is right, so you can sell it. Because belief is your build. Your belief is your building, right? Your belief is yourself. And that's all. But you'll all end up with very slightly different processes. And that's why it's great to have these sort of, you know, open forum Q&As and pick people's brains and drag and drop little bits of value into your packages. You know, I know Ash as well in SA. I know, like, you go, you do lock-ins as well, right? And you have done in the past as well, right? It's completely up to each individual. So yeah, Jack, what do you got, bro?
Just a question to you and to anyone else, that have anyone tried to offer 45-minute sessions and then as a drop sell sold 30 minutes? Is it worth it or not? I don't, but I'm just asking.
Like, this is the key, right? So again, huge value here. Anyone watching who's not a client on YouTube, this is huge, right? You don't like, here's this, fresh off a call, right? I was 2 minutes late today because we just jumped on board with someone, right? And this girl in the Gold Coast, she sells $80 half-hour sessions. How much do you reckon her hour session rate was? 100. So $80 halves, $100 hours. What do you think she sold more of? The half hours. Go freaking figure, right? This comes down to this point. People do not care. I've said it for fucking years. I'll keep saying it for another 10. They don't care about how much time they spend with you. They care about how much money they pay you. This girl said that her hourly rate was $100, but people pay her 80 for a half. And she signs more. She has no one, not one person on the 100 an hour. And I said, well, all of the clients that I'm coaching, their hourly rates between 120 and 200 at the moment, roughly. So she's like, whoa, that's insane. I'm like, your half hourly rate's 160. You'd be near the top. Oh yeah, it's she was like pickled by it. I was like, people don't care about your price point at people don't care about the time, they care about the price. So Jack, first thing to answer that probably already answered the question, but we sell gold and silver packages. We price it based on the smallest increment of time. If you could get away with doing a PT session in 15 minutes, guess what? Gold would be, what, 6 sessions? And silver would be 3, right? Or 4. Because I would price it in $30 increments or $40 increments. Imagine that. Imagine going 40. If you did, think about it right now, it makes a lot of sense. If you go 15-minute increments, PT sessions for $39.95, right? But they're 15-minute increments. Your hourly rate, guys, is $160. And who here is charging $160 an hour? No one, I don't think. Not one. But people would flock to it because of the $39.95. It's gospel truth throughout the industry. I don't care what anyone says, half hours, they're the way to go. Jude, you agree? It's pretty much what it is, brother, right?
Yeah, I switched. I used to do hours, went to 45 and then did half hours. But personally, I also did 45 minutes for people who would do like strength training. This is a personal preference. And I just charged them 1.5 times. So I just charged them the exact same amount.
Yeah.
But that was like for a few specific clients, my male clients who wanted to spend more time with me, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think we do have people in here who do 30 and 45 minutes, and just based on clientele more so. But most of your clients, like 95% of my clients, were doing 30-minute sessions because, 30 minutes, you can get most of the things done in 30 minutes as opposed to spending more time with them.
That's it. Always remember, buffer at the start, buffer at the end of the session. Come and warm up in your own time, stretch and cool down in your own time. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what you do. But remember, if you're getting someone on who wants to gain muscle, right, and therefore they want to train longer. I know for me, it's not normally like this all the time, but I trained yesterday was an hour and a half, and that's not normally like the case for me. It's not. I try and smash them in an hour. Regardless, if you've got someone who wants to gain muscle or whatever, right, where they need to train for longer, the gold package is for them. 2 45-minute sessions. They really want to gain muscle, shows it's a priority. I thought you were a 10, right, Mike? It's pretty much one of them. It's a freaking priority. So then you go gold, 2 45-minute sessions per week, price point 160 or 180 or whatever it is, right? Game over. Like that, you could, again, you could always drop them if you wanted to, but when you go into a 1-session category with any client, again, they like these guys, and again, it's like some people, yes, they cannot afford it. I will always, say that, but it's most of the time, it's just levels of priority, and that's all it is. So when you go into that lower category, lower investment, lower levels of give a shit, and lower level results, and it is kind of that simple. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question, Jack. I mean, you could do it, but like Jude said, just do it at the same rate. It's always the same rate. do not, whatever you do, for that prime example of the call that I just had with Rihanna, like, you go 80 for a half and 100 for the hour, people will go to the half. Why? Because they care about $20. I'd be like, man, like, so if I go an hour and a half, does that mean it's going to be 105? Like, I'll take that one. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're discounting your service so much, I'd take that. You know what I mean? Most of us here would take that because you're going, shit, I see that the time's getting cheaper the more that I take. That's why we always say, don't discount the service the more you sell it. It's 60, 120, 180, period. It's like, again, just for further clarity, like, you get fully booked after you've discounted your session rates, and then you finally realize, oh shit, some people actually did the right thing and signed up on the larger session packages. I'm now actually, my average price is like $52.95 and I'm fully booked, but Simon, I need to make more money. Well, sorry, man, I can't help you. You gave it away. Like, we can price rise template and stuff, like whatever. But you know what I mean? Don't discount the more you charge. Keep it the same. Your time is valuable. Each session, each second of every minute is worth the same, and that's it. So yeah, Tarks, what you got, bro?
Just adding to that as well. I think like a lot of us as like business owners, we kind of forget that our training session, that's not what they're paying for really. Like, it's the experience. And when it comes to experience of training with you and like trying to tell your clients that, like, a lot of people think they just need a PT session that's going to change their life and that's going to be like the end, like the answer. But at the end of the day, like, we're not trainers, we're coaches, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that kind of thing, I just think that a lot of us need to kind of remember, like, 45 minutes, that's not going to change their life. Or as a part, like, opposed to half an hour, it's more like the back end stuff that we do with them, like the check-ins, that kind of thing. And really, like, you could spend 15 minutes with someone or half an hour. I'd much rather have a half an hour sit down chat about what they're doing outside of PT sessions as opposed to an actual half an hour session.
Very, very true. Very. I think
yeah.
You made a very good point yesterday, Tarks, about saying the experience. Was you signing up for the experience? Do you remember?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we kind of went through yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you mind
therapy sessions for sure?
So, do you mind going through that again? You said about for the experience and getting multiple coaches, and you're also getting an online coach and a face-to-face. Do you mind going into that for the people that are here? Because there's obviously a lot more people. Because this is a freaking good point, guys, and then we'll transition into marketing. Jaden, good to see you, bro, as well.
Yeah, what we kind of went through yesterday was that our businesses were offering someone an experience, not just one-on-one sessions with an individual. So, like, especially with like leveraged businesses, when you come in, yeah, you have your trainer that takes you through your physical part of the session, but that's just one component of what you're offering them. And having, so like, say myself working on the business behind the scenes as an online component and your mentor almost, when that kind of thing, it just diversifies your business a lot, I think, personally, and gives that kind of more added value. And when when you're going through your consults, you just have so much to give that you kind of like make everyone else look stupid when it comes to what they're offering. Like, some online coaches charging $60 just for online things when you're offering, I don't know what your package start rate is, 75 for everything here. You've got portals, check-ins, like 2 trainers for the price of 1. It's just online. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's kind of unbeatable, I think, for sure.
It is. So, like, and this, I can see Claire, like, in the middle of, like, a daze into the screen, like, right? But, like, I'm telling you guys, that point, like, that Tarks made, very, very valid. You're getting, like, with leverage business, you're getting 2 trainers, you're getting online PT, you're getting face-to-face. If you're doing what Tarkin's doing, if you're doing what Cameron's doing as well, you're getting, like, online membership portals, you're getting weekly check-ins, check-in forms. Like, the value becomes so infinitely stacked that they're stupid not to work with you and your team. Like, it's a very, very good point.
I'll add, you can tell just the way Tarkin speaks as well. He believes in his product.
That's exactly it. Yes, brother. Yes, Nath. It's very like I said it again on yesterday's webinar. I think where you were there, obviously, Nath, as well as Tarks. I was saying, like, when I speak to Tarkin on Voxer, I'm like, I don't need to help this guy with selling, right? Because it's just like, he's like, bro, it's Monday and we've had like 4 golds and 2 silvers and 1 bronze. I'm like, I just know that he's there. But guys, really, really big takeaway for today is belief will equal your success. That's it. Belief. That's it. That's why I love having you awesome people in these webinars. Today being a great one. It's already been an hour. It's crazy. So we'll transition across to marketing. But belief and taking this energy from people like Tarkin, again, like Jude for his input always, you know, like Damo for his input always as well. Like it's always great to take because it helps strengthen you. And Nath, of course, my extra large man that I spent extra large amounts of time with. And yeah, it's that simple. Let's transition across, guys, to marketing. Guys, everyone here, go straight across to marketing. There's some good content coming in this. Ash, great to see you. Great to see you, Joseph. Jaden, I'll see you across there as well. Boys, show up continuously. Joseph, you got the calendar all good now? You can see the schedule and shit, yeah? All good, bro. Sweet. I'll see you across in marketing, guys. Chat in a second.